What's up guys? Today we're going to check out the BladeCine 600 projector. This projector was sent to me for review. If you want more information on the projector or want to pick one up, I will leave some links down below in this video's description. The projector comes in a hard foam carrying case, so it'll be pretty easy to move from place to place. I know not everyone wants to spend over $1,000 or more for a 4K projector, so for the folks that want to get a big screen experience where image quality isn't the first priority, this should be a very good option. It's a 1080p projector with a 600 lumen output. Inside the box is the power cord, the remote control, and the user manual. On the front is the fixed lens as well as the sensor for autofocusing. It also has dual 10-watt speakers built in. One of the coolest features is the adjustable gimbal stand. This will let you tilt the projector up and down to get the perfect image placement. On the back are connections for LAN, 2 USB ins, 2 HDMI 1.4 inputs, one with ARC support, a 3.5mm output, the IR sensor, and the power inlet. On the top is the power button, and on the bottom is a threaded insert for a tripod or a projector mount. Okay, so once you get done with the initial projector setup, you will be taken to the home page. From here, the top row, you're going to see a bunch of apps that you can also download from the App Store. So there are other things you can download, such as TikTok, we've got DocuBay, Plex, Tiki Live, and there's a bunch of others that you can also download as well. The next section here is the continue watching. So I have been watching a few things on Netflix, and this here will take me directly back to Netflix. If you have this hooked up to your Amazon Prime account, it'll also populate this section as well. And then here we've got some browser-based games, such as Crazy Jetpack and also Oil Hunt. So let's say we pop into Oil Hunt. This is going to open up a browser window with the game, and it loads up pretty quick. So if you have some children that want to play some simple games, you can do that here. And since that does open up in a browser window, there actually is a browser here as well. So if you want to do some searches, you can Google search or shop on Amazon, do whatever you need from the built-in browser. And as you can see, this is a Netflix certified projector. Now the Gray Man is 4K HDR and does support Dolby Atmos. However, this projector, since it is not 4K, only supports Full HD with HDR and also 5.1. This also comes out of the box with the YouTube app. And again, this will support a maximum resolution of 1080p 60 with HDR. So there should be plenty of apps to keep you busy, not only out of the box, but also whatever apps you can download in the App Store. Now let's just jump on over to the settings and see what we've got. First section here is the setup. Here we've got the OSD language, so we get a bunch of different languages to choose from. Next one is time setup. This will automatically set your time for you. We've got date, time, we've got different regions, or you can use the 24-hour format. Next section is the screensaver. You can set the timer to go off between 1 minute up to 20 minutes. We've got the sleep timer on or off, auto standby, which will automatically shut off the projector, USB auto upgrade, or you can update via the internet. And then you can reset everything back to the default. Next section is the projection. We've got front projection, front ceiling, and then rear. Next section here is the picture mode. Here we've got a few different options. We've got standard, custom, cinema, sport, vivid, high brightness, and then back to standard. And then you have sliders for brightness, contrast, saturation, hue, sharpness, gamma, and then color temperature. Next section is keystone. Here we can do auto correction after you boot up the projector. We can turn that on or off. Next one is auto correction after displacement. So if you happen to move the projector or bump it, it will automatically straighten out and do keystone correction for you. As far as setting up the projector or just moving the projector, I'm gonna move the image projector and get it off the screen. And you can see that it's going to automatically keystone and correct the image. So it takes a couple seconds and there you go. It's nice and straight once again. So that feature works pretty good. Next section is auto screen and auto avoid. Again, if you move the projector, this will try to square up the image for you automatically. Then the next one is the 4 points correction. So this is digital keystoning. So just select your point that you want to go. You can push it in with any direction that you want. So you can try to square this up with your wall or your screen. Obviously, you want to get this as square as possible with your screen so that you are not cutting off any effective pixels. So you want to keep the full 1080p resolution as much as possible. Obviously, if you can't, then the digital keystone will come in handy. Then the next section here is audio. We've got bass and treble sliders. We've got different presets. We've got user, standard, vivid, sports, movie, music, and news, which we'll check out a little bit later. Digital output mode. We've got auto, PCM, Dolby Digital, or Dolby Digital Plus. Next section here is TTS, or text-to-speech. By turning this on,
switch on. TTS voice and IPUPWSBN. Volume 80. Speed normal, normal. Slow, very slow.
So as you can see, it'll read anything that's on screen back to you. And then the next section is the dialogue enhancement. You can turn this on low, medium, or high. So if you're having a hard time listening to dialogue, you can choose to enhance it in this section here. Next section is the digital zoom. By pressing up or down on the control pad, you can digitally zoom in all the way down to 50%, which should be about 480p or so. Obviously, if you can't fit your image, this could come in handy, but if you want to keep that full 1080p resolution, try to keep this at 100%. The next section here is Bluetooth connection. If you want to pair up your mobile device up to the projector to use it as a Bluetooth speaker, you can do that in this section here. Then focus. You can have the projector autofocus after turning on the projector, autofocus after displacement. So again, if you move the projector, it'll autofocus for you, or then you can do the manual focus yourself by going up and down on the remote. The next section is your network settings. And then here we have the about. We've got the Netflix version, the version of the projector, license info, the device name, which is the Cube 600, and the device's temperature. And that is it for the projector's settings. Now during content playback, if you hit the menu button on the remote, this will bring up your picture mode setting and your audio mode settings. So under picture mode, right now we've got it on sport, but let's check out vivid. So this brightens up everything, gives everything a bit more punch. High brightness gives you the brightest output mode, which probably I think looks the best so far. We've got standard, which gives the black levels a bit more depth to it, but also kind of makes the image a bit more dimmer. We've got custom, so you can change any one of these sliders here. So let's change the gamma from bright all the way down to dark, middle, and then back to bright. Temperature, we've got normal, cool, standard, and then warm. Next one is cinema, and then back to sport. I think the best one out of the box probably going to be the high brightness, because keep in mind that this is only a 600 lumen projector, so the brighter the better, and this seems to be the brightest this projector is going to get. And now let's check out the different audio presets.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let me help you with that.
He's a body wash commercial. He's always glistening all over the place. There hasn't been an event where his shirt didn't come flying off.
You win. Well, he's already here, so put on your big girl panties and let's get there. Remember, no grumpy face, big words, or boring.
I am so excited to introduce to you the award-winning author, Loretta Sage!
What? Are you kidding me? Listen.
Now, as far as lens quality and brightness, you can see that the center of the screen is almost a pure white, while on the outsides of the screen, there is a very slight vignette. So around the edges of the screen, you'll see that it is a little bit darker on all four corners, while the center of the screen stays nice and white. As far as image quality, I am projecting a 140-inch image on a dedicated white screen with a gain of 1.1. And I do find that sitting about 15 feet back, I do not see any pixel structure. Anything closer, let's say about 9 feet or closer, you will start seeing the pixel structure. Now, if your image size is smaller than 140 inches, let's say about 100 inches or smaller, then that will allow you to sit a lot closer without noticing any pixels. And as for the brightness output of the projector, it is only 600 lumens, so at a 140 inches, that's kind of pushing the limits of this projector. I think a very good sweet spot would be about 100 inches or smaller, because at 140, the image does tend to look pretty dim. But if you want to get the max brightness for the most pop, I'm going to say max size is probably going to be about 100 inches. Now for its price category at $500 and below, this does throw a really pleasant looking image. The colors are bright, the colors are vibrant. The black levels are not so great, but at $500 and below, I think they're pretty satisfactory. This is not going to be for those with a critical eye or for some critical viewing. This is a portable projector for some casual viewing. If you want to move it from different rooms, just for some one-off viewing sessions, this is what this projector's for. If you want to get that big gameplay experience and not break the bank, then this projector does a pretty good job. The input lag is not going to be like a competitive gaming monitor, but for the casual gamers out there, this is totally going to suffice. It's big, it's bright, you get that bold image, and again, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. At the time of this video, the BladeCine 600 is selling for $500. If you subscribe to their site, you'll receive a $100 discount as well as a free outdoor projector screen and EPP case. I think that this is a very affordable option for someone who wants a big screen experience for both movie watching and games. It's portable, throws a very colorful image, and is loud enough to fill a pretty large space without needing external speakers. If you want to save a lot of spare change while still getting a larger-than-life cinematic experience, the BladeCine 600 may be the one you're looking for. If you want more info on the Cube 600, I'll leave links down below in this video's description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.